Hey everybody, welcome back to the Untitled Anime Podcast. This is episode 3, I believe. My name is BushieHalf, aka Sam, and your regular host are Tyler on this side for me, and Alan on this side for me. Not sure how that looks on their screens.
Completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Yeah, our very first guest.
Me, Sam, BushieHalf. What's up? It's been a while.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
band.
We should just do this every
I
time.
can actually catch that again real quick. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Look.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yeah.
I can't summon that energy anymore. I'm incapable of doing
Oh, I
that.
could. I can't hold up. I don't want to. Anyway, my drink today is another beer I've never had. Is Youngling traditional lager dark original amber beer. So
You definitely gave up like halfway through that.
I found out that Jaeger and Jägermeisters are not the same thing.
correct.
They're not?
Yeah, that was a revelation in my life.
Are you serious?
Jägermeister is like a hard alcohol, and Jaeger is like beer.
What goes in a Jaeger bomb? It's a Jaeger, right?
Jaeger and
or
Coke,
Jaeger.
right?
No, like which Jaeger?
It's Jaeger and Coke, I thought. Or Jello or something. I don't know. This beer's pretty good. By the way.
What's that one that has like black licorice in it?
That's that's what
it's Jaeger
like.
something. Yeah, it tastes like
Untitled Alcohol Podcast.
Dick.
Yeah, that's it.
The first 2 minutes of every podcast are Untitled Anime Alcohol Podcast.
Because I drink every episode.
All right.
Anyway, so what you guys been watching?
I am watching the seasonal anime for once in my life. Usually I do this little thing where I watch last seasons because I waited, and then I just binge it all out.
Oh, smart man.
This time, with Rent a Girlfriend coming out, Alan knows that I've read it.
Dude,
my opinions of the manga.
How the fuck are we jumping into this so fast?
Oh, we're just off the.
All right, Tyler, shut up for like 20 minutes. We're just gonna talk about this.
So, Rent a Girlfriend is this really interesting anime. It's good anime. It is a good anime, and that's why I'm really pissed because we both read the manga. It's like 260 chapters right now.
Yeah.
And man, I fucking hate it. Yeah, I hate it so much.
You can like if you've seen a Red Nisekoi, it's like that, but arguably worse in terms of like how much fucking progress is made. Literally, like the latest chapters, not the latest chapter actually, but like I don't want to spoil it, but like chapter 240 in terms of progress is like exactly the same as like chapter 70.
Yeah, it's
like exactly
stagnant.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, but the average chapter goes like this. Kazuya is like, man, I wake up and I realize, fuck, I'm a virgin, and he just jacks off. And then they're like, okay, cool. And then he goes out, and in some weird sense, in some context, he thinks about or sees Mizuhara, and he's like, I'm no good for her. And he goes, dang it, dang it, dang it. Why am I not good enough? And then he's like, I'm going to prove it to her. And then he gets all sad and he's like, well, what could a virgin like me do to deserve a woman like that? Absolutely nothing. And then she'll walk by and be like, hey, what's up? And he's like,
I love it.
And they'll do these like beautiful like flashes of her, like her tits and shit.
Yeah, and people behind them like, oh my god, that chick's so fucking hot, dude, I want to bone her.
It's always two random guys in the background.
I don't ever want to watch this series.
No, that's why I'm genuinely pissed, because the manga sucks, but the anime is good. And
what makes it good? Is it following the source material? Or?
I think it's just because it's the beginning.
Well, I think it's the beginning had like a really strong start, and I told Alan when I first started reading it, I was like, I don't get what you mean. This is a good series.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah.
And then I waited, and I finished it, and I was like, oh my god.
That's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
But if the anime goes off the rails of, hey, here's this 150 chapters of filler,
it will. It for sure will, dude.
It better.
That'd be funny. That's pretty funny. I'm glad I'm not watching that.
People like it right now though. Like I know people have been talking about how much they like it and they think it's like really funny or whatever.
In one of our Discords said they liked it better than ReZero, and I actually like physically recoiled.
No, I'm not caught up to that, but I know that's a bad opinion.
It's not saying that ReZero is bad, because I'm caught up to ReZero, I believe. It's the new episode comes out in like 4 hours. And my God, the season's pretty good.
Yeah, I need to catch up. I remember when season 1 came out, and me, you, Alan, and like 2 other people started watching it, and then you left. And you're like, Alan, Tyler, please don't finish tonight. And we're like, we'll think about it, and then we finished in that one night. And you're like, dude,
you can't not finish.
Yeah, like we caught up to like 19 episodes in one day. I'm watching My Hero Academia season 4. Finally, I finally picked it back up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my? So going off of, I think I mentioned earlier controversial anime opinions and how bad mine are.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I haven't heard any so far.
I already gave this opinion.
I've heard none so far.
My Hero overrated as hell, dude.
Yeah. Okay. I gave this opinion last episode. I said it was good, but like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's good, but it's not like the next Naruto.
Wait, why? Why?
Because the story goes like this. It's in the same sense as the Rent-A-Girlfriend's like, I can't do it. Oh, and then he sees her, he's like, yes. In the same sense, it's Deku is like, oh man, I have to live up to All Might. And he's All Might.
And then I have to break one of my fucking bones to fight.
I have to break my bones. Like, here we go. Okay, oh, I beat an enemy. There we go. He's the Gentle Criminal?
So then he's like, okay.
Have you seen him yet?
What's a higher
Dude,
number?
I fucking love Gentle Criminal.
It's like, okay, what's a higher number? I'm going to punch you at 10%. Okay, that didn't work. 100, a million, infinite.
A million.
Shut the fuck up, Deku.
Yeah.
Dude, Gentle Criminal, I rooted for him way harder.
I rooted for him so hard, bro.
I wanted him to win. I wanted him to get away. I wanted him to live a beautiful, happy life with his like fucking 2-year-old friend.
His lolly.
I also finished Made in Abyss, which I mentioned last episode. I wasn't feeling that. That opinion's definitely changed. Last 4 episodes really made me want to read it now, and I've started from the beginning because there is a lot of new stuff that is not in the anime. It was not a 1-to-1 adaptation. I went to go buy the physical volumes today. No, I went to go buy the physical volumes today because the art style is like really neat, and I kind of wanted a physical book. And there's only 8 volumes, but unfortunately, each volume is like $15, and they quit the manga sale. And I was like, I don't really want to spend $100 on this, so it's not. I don't have them the physical volumes. It's pretty good. I've only read about 4 chapters. I'm really excited for the movie in season 2. That soundtrack.
We will watch that movie. We will watch the shit out of that movie.
That's Made in Abyss.
I still haven't seen that. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I saw it everywhere.
I actually did not like it for the first like 8 episodes, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, you're gonna hate this show."
8 episodes. That's actually surprising. I thought.
Yeah, no,
it's one of those.
The characters didn't get because if we're making fun of how shows work, here's how it goes. Rico is like, "All right, I'm here," and then Reg is like, "Okay, Rico, don't do this," and Rico's like, "Didn't hear you doing the thing you told me not to do. Gotta do the opposite." Oh shit! Now I'm in pain.
Dude, why are we like acting out every anime today? We've done this 3 times.
Because anime tropes drive me fucking insane sometimes. But other than finishing Made in Abyss and watching My Hero, I also need to catch up to ReZero, and I plan on starting God of High School soon.
I thought you already started that.
Fighting one.
Yeah, it's a gigantic tournament arc.
I'm mostly still just a manga guy. Still reading One Piece and Chainsaw Man, which I've officially caught up and stuff. I think I mentioned that last episode too. 2 chapters ago broke my soul. It's not a happy series. It's very sad and gross because the guy turns into a chainsaw and like cuts his body up every time he does it.
Jesus Christ!
Like it just comes out of his chest. And he's like, "Oh god damn it, I'm bleeding everywhere."
It's Chainsaw Man.
I work with. I'm in the Marines. You guys know that. Viewers might not know. I'm in the Marines, so I'm in the cell block pretty much of a room.
In Japan.
And, yeah, in Japan.
In Nihon.
This beer sucks now. Continue.
Oh, you froze for a second.
Oh, I froze. I definitely froze.
That's
a perk of living here. Is I have a supercomputer, but I have to use a Wi-Fi adapter.
Ew.
So, living here, being around Marines, I didn't realize how many Marines were weebs. A lot of us are. A disgusting amount of us.
Really?
The shame that must come to a human being to be defeated by a man who watched like Kokoro Connect. It must be so depressing.
It's like the tropes,
Dude,
right?
Like
Like
you get shot in the shoulder, you're like, oh my god, that hurt. It's like which badass warrior just shot me, and he's there, he's like, I'm doing this for Rem, dude. I'm doing it for Rem. And he's like,
dude,
so you haven't been in actual combat, have you?
Just like, no, I haven't been in combat. I've seen a lot of people that have, and we're talking about anime, and this guy walks up and he's like super old. He's like deployed to Afghanistan like 3 times. He's like, yeah, dude, I was watching what was that one? I was watching Naruto. Or like, yeah, he's like, I got to the Shippuden. I was like, you watched the entire thing? He's like, yeah, I cut the filler. That shit's stupid. I was like, you know about filler? He's like, yeah, I know what the filler is. I'm not dumb. And I was like, I'm like halfway through Shippuden. right now, like you're doing this thing. I was like, wow, like what do you think? Is like it's pretty good, but like it's not as good as like I don't know. What did he say? It was some like really obscure anime. It was Promised Neverland. He said it's not Promised Neverland. He compared Naruto to Promised Neverland, which I was like, okay, sure.
That's recent, dude. He's like a recent watcher. Yeah. He's literally like active.
He's like in his 30s.
I remember there's a lot of Marines that are weebs. Isn't there like it's Army or Navy that are bronies, and I don't know what the other one is. Because like
thankfully none of them are.
What is this?
Like I remember this like back in the day. I remember watching a YouTuber and he like served in the army and like his whole unit was like became bronies.
That's so sad.
Could you imagine being like you're about to throw a grenade and you're like, "This is for you, Fluttershy," and you just throw it.
And then he blows up. You see the leg land on you, and your friend's like, "Dude, that was 20% cooler."
Oh my god!
Physical recoil.
Something about this makes me so fucking happy that there's just like a fucking entire squad of Marines who are just weebs, dedicated weebs.
I'm glad.
Dude, it's everyone. It's not
amazing.
Just us. It's like everywhere.
It's amazing.
Everywhere watching anime.
It spreads probably.
I was with this dude. He's like my only dude I work with. It's like my shop of two. I'm one. He's two. We were like sitting there. He's got a speaker. Like we're bumping like really like loud like hip hop. He's like, dude, you want to hear a song? And I was like, yeah. And he starts playing the JoJo Part 4 Chase.
Oh, no way.
And I was like,
that's like the worst one.
Dude, it's a bop. It's a bop. Like after hearing it without the intro, like without seeing the intro, it's a good song.
Okay, I haven't done that. Maybe I'll change my mind. I'll leave Tyler in the dust.
As far as the JoJo openings go, it's by far the worst of the 9.
I think it's the least creative one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
it's the most generic shonen one.
Yeah, I'm thinking of rewatching JoJo, but I should really just read Part 8.
I read Part 6, and Jesus, dude.
Please read Part 7. Oh my god.
Everyone talks about Part 7. I'm holding off on it because I'm going to read Demon Slayer.
Good.
That's the thing. I can talk about that. Demon Slayer here in Japan, ridiculous.
Yeah, it outsold One Piece. It is the first manga to ever outsell One Piece
by like a lot, right?
Ridiculously huge, dude. The advertisements everywhere. There's like ramen shops and stuff I'll go into, and I'll be like, "Oh hi, konbanwa," and they're like, "Oh konbanwa." They're like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, ramen, miso, whatever the fuck." And they're like, "Okay, cool." And then like I'll sit there like waiting for my food, and then I'll hear over the speaker for the background music of the shop, just the OP start playing.
Like Lisa.
I'm just like, what the hell? And my friend across from me, she's like, "Oh, this is the Demon Slayer intro," and she's also a Marine. I'm like, "Oh my god, how do you know this?" And then my friends, my one friend I know who does not watch anime and all of like the Marines I've ever met, he's like, "Oh yeah, I love that show." We're like, "Oh, what's it about?" He's like, "Guy slays demons." Like, yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay, it outsold One Piece by about 2 million last year.
Yeah, there it is.
Now that Demon Slayer's over, though, I'm pretty sure One Piece is going to reclaim that.
It is, but it's impressive enough that they managed to do that like at all.
Yeah, I'm happy.
It's fucking insane.
I like Demon Slayer. I think it's a little overrated, but it's still really good. I'm glad it outsold One Piece. If Heroes sold out One Piece, I'd vomit it like all over my fucking.
I don't even know why.
Yeah,
I don't actually know why either. Like the anime was hype, but the manga is pretty. But the anime it's one of these cases where the anime is better.
It was good, but like
really?
No, like people jump on the manga because of the anime, obviously.
Well,
like,
yeah,
because like
I think the anime is better because Studio Ufotable does it and they bring their art
why
to
not?
life.
Why not Fate? Why not anything else? Like why this one?
Because this one's really generic.
What the fuck?
It's really generic shonen and
why this one?
Stuff. When you look up Fate, a new anime person, when you look up Fate, you see like 900 shows and you're like,
That's true. That's true.
Fate.
You have to have a brave soul to get into Fate. It's beautiful.
And Demon Slayer is good. It's pretty, and it's one of those cases where it really does the art justice. Whereas Dr. Stone's anime was very just 1-to-1, didn't really do anything.
So Dr. Stone was one that was advertised here a lot. There's like banners. They like hang up streamers and stuff, like advertising the show just in the city.
I know One Piece is advertised there like crazy. Luffy's a fucking mascot in Japan.
Honestly, I haven't seen One Piece. Like I haven't seen it yet personally.
They closed down the Tokyo Tower, like the One Piece Tokyo Tower.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Shit,
forever because COVID killed it.
COVID's really my experience here.
Fuck COVID. All my homies hate COVID.
All my homies.
Like, I walked by. There's this place they had called American Village where it's like just a bunch of like KFC, Burger King, whatever. Just that's their little center.
The representation of America.
Yeah, it's like they have like little China in New York. Yeah, it does a pretty good job. All the people there speak really good English, so that's always helpful. And then I walk in, and like the first thing I see is like 4 like different like lines of just streamers at the top, and the first one's like Haikyuu, then Dr. Stone, then ReZero, then
fucking Pog.
Demon Slayer, and I'm just like, what the hell? So they're really, really accepting of anime here, which is super cool. It's not like a niche thing
it makes sense. It's just a thing there, like it's a show.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be weird if anime wasn't accepted there when it's made there.
I can't imagine that like here. Can you imagine that shit? Like that'd be insane. If there were just ads for anime like hanging around.
Yeah, I do. Unless it's like Dragon Ball or your typical shit. But even then, like you go into a game store and all the anime stuff's like in its own little corner, it's for anime people. Like so everybody can be like, "Oh, the stinky anime boys go over there." I'm not going over there. But I remember in high school people would be like, "Yeah, anime is really weird and bad," and I would never have anime merch. And I'm like, "Yeah, me neither."
I remember. So I watched the first episode you guys made. I watched like 20 minutes of it and then I fell asleep because I was just so tired.
Oh, thanks, man.
No problem.
Okay,
you guys were talking about how like anime shaped like your introduction to anime. I remember specifically the exact moment I got on anime was I was like 7 years old.
Oh no.
And I was watching Teen Titans like Friday night, like 9 p.m.
Oh baby.
And it came up with like Toonami's list of like what's coming up next. It's like now Teen Titans, next Naruto. And I was like, what the hell is that? I don't care about this. Shut up. And then I remembered like my dad would always be like, go through channels and be like, oh, this looks good. I don't know what the hell it is, but I'll watch it. And I was like, I'm going to be like my dad. I'm going to watch Naruto. And then I watched the first episode. I was like, oh my God, that was insane. And I watch it every like they had like a weekly stint where they just like every week just new episode like day after day. I would just watch that constantly.
I remember when the 4Kids dubs didn't bother me. Like I watched the One Piece 4Kids dub. Good Lord. I
watched a bit of that. Then I had Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
And the Yu-Gi-Oh dubs.
I asked my mom because I saw some kid in school. Like he's the only other kid I ever saw that had any interest in Naruto besides me in elementary school. He had like the Leaf Village headband on in school.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yes.
Every single person's just like, "Oh my God, what the?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen." And I went home like, "Mom, I want one of these headband things." She's like, "Sam, that's for dorks. Don't be a dork." And I was like, "No, Mom, it's cool." She's like, "Sam," puts her on my shoulder. She's like, "Do you want to be a little celibate twink?" And I was like, "Well, no, I don't want that." And she's like, "Well, Sam, that's mega virgin stuff." And I was like 8 years old. She's like, "Well,
no way." She said that's mega
8 years old.
No, she did not say it.
That'd be amazing. I believe you though. He said yes.
Obviously, an exaggeration.
Oh God, you remind
my mom.
You're reminding me of when we all met up in Canada a few years back. If people didn't know, we all have met up multiple times. And in Canada a few years back, we were fucking chilling out. Were you the one driving that got us lost? Know anything about it?
No, that was Jackson.
That was Jackson.
No, that was you. You were driving.
I never got lost. I almost killed us 4 times.
Did you like run a red light because you just thought you could go? Anyway,
you were a fucking maniac. That's
we were in the parking lot of a restaurant.
Maniac.
We're in the parking lot of a restaurant. It had us, Jackson, and Marco. And I just like, fuck it, Naruto run. And then me and Alan and you just start Naruto running in a parking lot.
Was that the bowling alley?
Yeah.
I have a video of that.
You have a video of that? Oh my gosh.
I have a video of that. I think someone recorded it and then sent it to me. Something like, there's a video.
Oh no.
I have this story in the least. I want to tell the story in the least awkward way possible because it was years ago.
Okay.
And I understood that the 2 people that host this show at this point had never met in real life ever.
Oh no.
And they'd been friends for years. I knew them for maybe like 8 months. I get out of the car and I see Alan.
Oh no.
And he sees me first. And I start running to him and he starts running to me. Probably to Tyler. I intercept his path, get in between them, and then I like go like this because like I know he's just going to see Tyler because like they've been friends for, like I said, like I'm a new friend. And I was like, this is gonna be so funny. And he's like, no, not you. And I go, bah! As like he runs and like avoids me completely and like, hugs you. And I was like, you see in the background like of you guys memes doing this the entire time.
You
start screaming like insane in the middle of the streets of Toronto.
Oh man, dude, I'll never forget that shit.
I'll never forget that. And now we've all met up like multiple times. I've met up with Sam 4 times, 3 times, 4 times. Alan 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went to
Canada after that. You met me.
Yeah, because I took that extra Canada trip because I was like 2 hours ago when I was living in Michigan.
Oh, holy shit!
I met Marco 4 times in the span of like 5 months.
Yeah, that's dope.
I met
you
Matt
stayed over.
3 times. Well, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
that was funny. God, we were talking about what we were watching. We were talking about what we were watching, and Alan never answered.
Alan, yeah, please. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck did I watch? I watched Beastars.
What was
Dude,
that?
how
That's
is
some.
that?
Okay, I'm gonna say that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here's what I think. I think it's good, but it's not as good as like everyone said, and it's not because it's some furry shit. Okay, I got nothing against that, but it is some furry
I
shit.
don't think that wouldn't
It
be
is-
like the winning condition for
Yeah,
me.
it's some furry shit. It's also some. There's literally like full on like furry sex, furry
What?
like softcore
Oh, you
shit
mean
going
YIF?
on.
That's
YIF. The terminology is
The
YIF.
fuck?
yo.
Okay, yeah, that. I learned something
The
today.
opening though.
Oh, the opening's a fucking banger. It is a good
That
show.
is
I
a-
enjoyed it. It surprisingly like it looks good, even though the entire thing is CG. Like you guys know, like Berserk, 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah,
talk
where
about Berserk.
like they fucking butchered that shit. It's not like that at all.
As a pretty big fan of the Berserk manga, I'm very glad I never watched the anime. I refuse to watch it.
It's a work of art, but Beastars is actually kind of a work of art. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm like shocked at how like nice it looks and how like normal it seemed.
And obviously, there's nothing against furry things. I mean, the furry island in One Piece is like one of the best arcs ever. So,
So
Where-
I had a question for you guys because you touched on it a little bit in the beginning in the first episode. I'm not sure if I fell asleep before you guys actually said your pieces on this. You guys mentioned there's like 30 animes or somebody should watch when they start. I told you I started with Naruto, then I cooled down after that. Then like, oh, Attack on Titan SAO, and then I got that, and I was like, cooled down, and then I watched Toradora one time, and I was like, oh my god, and it just never stopped.
Are you asking us like what the rest of them are?
What is like the essential?
We didn't talk about this in episode. I'm trying to think. 'Cause we have not uploaded episode 2 as the time of
I
recording.
think we
which don't
mentioned
think
it. I think we did
think we
talk
talked
about
about a
episode
few.
2.
But
Like
episode
FMA, yeah.
FMA
FMA 's in
Brotherhood specifically, like, because some people like me had never watched the original. I will get to it.
I'm
um,
not going to personally.
Okay, so FMA. I think this one Alan might debate me. I think Soul Eater's
Bring
pretty
us to
essential.
Soul Eater. Not
I
as
think
much
Soul Eater-
anymore. I
Not
feel
as
like
much, but like if you want to bring a good, well, no, now because Demon Slayer and Hero exist. Before, if you want to,
yeah, they
recommend a
kind of
good,
they make Soul
solid,
Eater redundant.
short shonen, you'd recommend Soul Eater, but now those exist. Toradora is your essential romance anime.
Love it.
It's better than Clanad.
Yeah.
Hey,
easy.
whoa, yeah.
Um,
Hey, whoa. Clanad's also kind of in the list, by the way.
Attack on Titan. I have never seen Clanad. Fuck you.
But it is in the list. It's in the list.
I guess I'm giving you them by category. Like sports. If you're gonna watch a sports anime, I think the no-brainer is Haikyuu.
Yeah.
I gotta remind myself this is like the common shit we're talking about. I can't just make
Yeah.
my
Yeah, really.
ping
really
pong
common.
recommendations.
Would you say Erased is on there? I feel like Erased. I've gotten like 4 non-anime watchers to watch Erased, and they loved it.
It's pretty beginner friendly, I think. So yeah.
It's very beginner friendly.
Yeah.
JoJo is not an essential. JoJo, if you
Not
show this,
an
they're gonna
essential.
go on drugs.
For some reason, everyone keeps watching A Comic Kill and Future Diary as their first
God.
like. I think I said this in the last episode. They're like baby's first edgy anime.
Future Diaries like pretty good. I loved it back in the day. Comic Kill is fucking awful. Never has been good. Fuck you. Terrible series. What
Baby's
else are
first
some
edge.
essentials?
First
What else?
little bit of edge for the baby.
Dragon Ball Z is a very big essential show, but you can absolutely skip it if you watched Naruto. Like you don't find many people that haven't seen one or the other.
Yeah. Did we say Steins Gate? I think we did, right?
Steins Gate's not an essential, actually. I can never get people to
It's-
fucking watch it.
That's true. Yeah. First, like
It took me like 20 years to get Tommy to watch it.
you kind of have to like have some experience
You
in
have
it
to
before
like
you're
anime.
like, what
Man,
the
you're putting me on
fuck is going on?
I've had this list before. You're putting me on the spot. I'm trying to think of anime that I tried to get my girlfriend to watch. Death Note. Duh.
Death Note's essential. Yeah. That's
Note
that's
is like-
like baby's first edgy anime.
Super.
Believe it or not, I could say Promised Neverland is one of the new ones because of examples. My girlfriend's parents watched it. They've only seen Miyazaki movies, and I've shown it to a few other people, and they really liked it.
I guess if it got as far as the Marines, then
Yeah. Well, the Marines are infected, dude. Everyone.
that's
watches
true.
that.
Yeah. No, they're all fucking
Promised
veterans. They're
Neverland,
more
is a
weebs
very,
than
Promised Neverland was like one of the fastest 10 out of 10s I gave to a series, and one of the fastest revoking said 10 out of 10s that I've ever given.
provoking.
When I caught up to the manga,
really?
it was still like a high 9 to a 10. And then the manga entered its last arc, and I've never changed the score from 10 to like 7.5 so fast. I'm not going to spoil. But I'm not going to be watching the final season of Promised Neverland whenever that happens, because I could give less of a
Damn.
fuck. about the final arc.
What if they change it? What if they go quirky mode?
It'll probably get terrible. You know, every time they think they can change it, like Tokyo Ghoul Route A, when they're like, "Hey, let's do our own thing. This will be good," and then it was awful. Although to be fair, Route A was better than the damn re-anime.
And that is another essential one.
Route A had really.
Unfortunately, Tokyo Ghoul is. Yeah.
Okay. What's Konosuba? I think Konosuba is essential now.
Konosuba was so funny.
It's pretty essential.
Tokyo Ghoul season 1 was really good, and I really wish the rest was good because Tokyo Ghoul season 1 is really essential.
It's pretty. It's like when I say essential, I mean like if you want to be like in the culture, like the ones that people are talking about a lot.
Angel Beats.
4 episodes in and dropped it.
I don't watch Angel Beats. I've never seen it.
It's a good show.
Debate all you want. One Piece could be considered essential if you were the type that only watches shonen.
Yeah, if you have like, if you
I
don't know.
Go watch any anime YouTuber.
20 years, yeah.
Go watch any anime YouTuber that isn't Arcata, and they've mentioned that they like One Piece. Giga,
wait,
Anime
but
Man.
It's like segmented though. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like One Piece fans are One Piece fans, and then anime fans are anime fans, and sometimes there's crossover, but it's like.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people that would consider that an essential series, and I would too.
I would consider an essential series one that you can sit down and like you can finish the essentials in like maybe 3 months, and then be like, now I understand.
Yeah. These days I would. Okay, then that would consider the manga. I would consider the One Piece manga an essential manga then, because these days I push for people to read it, because watching it can be a chore.
Honestly, if you want a full like essential list, literally just go to like the Mal top 50 popular. Like that's pretty much the list.
I think I've seen 39 of them. 43 if you include stuff I didn't finish.
I think my count was like 43 or something.
Oh, Your Name and Spirited Away.
Definitely, yeah. I was gonna say a Ghibli film, but I forgot to say that.
Like most Ghibli films.
There's a lot of these now. Kill la Kill, Cowboy Bebop.
If you show Pom Poko to somebody who's never seen a Ghibli film, you may turn them off of Ghibli films. That movie was weird.
I thought Spirit. So, can I talk about drugs here? Is that allowed?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Let's fucking go.
So I was tripping balls one time, and my friend was like, "Hey, have you ever seen Spirited Away?" I was like, "Yeah, bits and pieces." He's like, "Okay, cool, let's watch it." I've never, in all my life, had an experience like that.
Oh my god!
First of all, the movie was amazing.
Honestly,
of all, I had directional hearing. I could only hear what I looked at, so it was a great experience.
I've chickened out of doing drugs a few times, like of mushrooms and stuff, but I've definitely wanted to. And like the first movies I think of are Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away when I want to watch like
dude, the colors, everything.
I remember specifically wondering like what it would be like to watch this movie fucking high as shit.
In the time I didn't chicken out, I hit up my friend who'd been selling them forever, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, I'm ready." And he responded, "Hey man, sorry, I'm becoming a cop, so I quit all drugs." And I'm like, "Motherfucker!" I was like, "Okay, don't do drugs, kids, or do them. I don't give a shit. I'm not your dad. We're talking about anime.
Never will be. That's the spirit.
We're all fat boys watching anime." So, Samuel.
Oh boy,
that's me.
You being in Japan I want to hear some. I know you talked about it a bit, but being in Japan, you're in the anime land. Obviously, you figured out there are no subtitles there. I had to get that joke out of the way.
Sadly.
But have you had any like? I want to hear some experiences from Japan, and if you have any like anime-related experiences, I'd love to hear them.
So when I got here, I came into Tokyo International Airport, and that was cool. Like I had like 3 hours there. I stepped outside like twice, and I got kind of scared that I'd like get lost, so I just came back into the airport.
Yeah,
because I was on a military like scheduled flight, I couldn't just miss it. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay in the airport. But the airport itself was like enough of an indicator as to what's to come, and that's that. You know how like in anime and stuff, they just go like someone will do something and you're like Nande, like just super dramatically. That's how they talk. They just talk like that. People talk like that here. It is so wild.
That's not what I was expecting.
I went to a bar with my friend, and he was like, "Hey, this is the bar, blah blah blah. This is where we go all the time." I was like, "Cool." Like very underground, like not any white people, which is awesome. I did not like seeing white people in Okinawa in Japan. It is a mood killer whenever white people show up to any Japanese filled area.
Yeah.
And I would just like they'd run up to me and they'd be like, "American." And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, yeah, like, that's
yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, American." Like, "Oh, strongo. And I'm like, "Hi." And
is this strong?
Like, oh
shit.
Strongo. Like, "Oh, wait." And I'm like, "Hi. Yeah, wait. Yeah, weights. Yeah, we lift weights. They're like, oh,
They applaud you.
Good job. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, kanpai, and I'm like, oh, which means cheers. And I'm like, fuck, okay. And then they just bring me over, and then they just are so immersed with you as a human being existing. It's so funny.
It's pretty funny.
That's beautiful, man.
The entire time they're doing that, I don't know what they're saying. There are no subtitles. They're just like talking to each other, and then they'll look at me, say something, and then they'll all burst out laughing. And I'm just like, haha, yeah.
Yeah.
And then one of them will turn and then just be like, oh, nande, and I'm just like,
I
it
bet
took
it'd
me
be
back. They're
I
just
bet it'd
they
be nice
speak
to
super
speak
dramatically.
Japanese.
I'm learning. That's the segue into this story. There is also, I don't know how common this is, but me personally, the past week has been involved with this Japanese woman who I've never met in my life. She added me randomly on Facebook Messenger and was like, hey, nice to meet you. And I thought she was a bot because like, oh, this pretty girl added me, and she's like DMing me. So
When your self-esteem is so low.
it's one of those bots. It's like, yeah, duh. It's gonna ask like for it's like click this link, whatever. Watch me rub it out on this link. And I was like, hey, what's up? They call me Swagmaster Flex 3000. How you doing? And then she just keeps talking, and like she's responding to like what I'm saying in very broken English. Like she's responding to what I'm saying. She's not just saying like a scripted thing. And I was like, wait, are you real? And she's like, yeah, I'm real. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, are you in Japan long? And like we just started talking a lot. And then she was like, I can teach you Japanese. So every day for the past week, I've been getting DMs from this woman. She sends me random nouns and adjectives in Japanese, English, and then the Japanese words written out in English. And
Wait,
she's
so
like, remember this one. So she's
you not
teaching
in
me
like
Japanese.
a class?
No, I went to a class and then I got canceled because of COVID after my first day.
Oh man, dude, she's like Duolingoing you for free. It's awesome.
She's Duolingo.
Duolingo is free.
And then the catch
Oh,
is,
yeah.
I think she really just wants to marry me for a green card because she's like,
Oh,
she's like, are you married? And I'm like, no. She's like, awesome. I'm single, by the way. And I was
okay,
like,
that's a
okay.
yeah.
I said, okay, I don't care.
Should do it.
And then she's like, oh, do you want to get married at some point? I'm like, yeah, probably in like 8 years. I don't know. Not right now. I'm not even close right now. And she's like, I would want to marry a big, strong American man. And I was like, that's great. You know what? You achieve that goal. Let me know how it goes. And then she's like, oh, do you want to come up to this prefecture that is hours away and go for drinks? And I was like, sure. Why not? Let's see how this goes. And I was like, hey, I told my friend, I'm like, hey, Cage, I'm going to go catch drinks with this random woman I don't know who added me on Facebook, and I'm probably going to get killed. So you want to go with me, dude? And he's like, yeah, sure. And we plan on going up very soon, but then COVID restrictions kick back in after they loosened up a little bit, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But
Are you able to navigate by yourself very well there?
not at all. Not even.
Okay.
The trains are ridiculous. Highways
Oh, wow.
are crazy. I just got my license out here, so I can wreak havoc in other countries besides Canada and America.
God, yeah. You
Oh
should
fuck
do
yeah,
it.
you can fuck other people's roads now. Let's go.
Do you like sake? Oh God, I just spit out a mint. I have a
Dude,
bottle of
sake is so good. It's so
Okay.
it's strong,
Tyler's
but
a
it's
beautiful story about sake.
No, so I don't want to judge my sake experience based off the bottle I have in my fridge. I bought it for $9 at a liquor store in Tennessee.
Like, no.
Okay?
No.
And also I had it warm. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have it cold.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Or
give it
either.
another chance.
I
It
had
tasted weird.
I had a staff sergeant, which is 2 ranks above me. So what happened was this Japanese general was like, for helping us with this mission, arigatou gozaimasu. And he gave the general, American general, a bottle of sake that's like super fucking expensive. And then the general is like, I don't want this. And he gave it to some lieutenant. And the lieutenant's like, I don't want this. We gave it to our sergeant major. Sergeant major's like, I don't drink. And he gave it to some fucking master sergeant, which is 1 rank below him. Master sergeant's like, I've got too much alcohol. And he gave it to the staff sergeant, which is 2 ranks below him. And the staff sergeant's like, well, I don't drink. Who here's the new guy? And I was like, I am staff sergeant. He's like, you want some fucking alcohol, man? I was like, yeah, staff sergeant, give it to me. And he gave it to me. And we were all having like a grill out at our work. And we're just throwing back liquor. And he was like, okay, cool. Like, hey, try this. And I was like, okay. And I took a drink. I had a chase ready. And I took a sip. And I was like, what's the percentage on this? Like, by the way, he's like, it's 55% alcohol. I was like,
What?
oh my God.
My
And it
sake
was-
is 8.
That's insane, dude.
Oh, it might be sake, not sake.
Yeah, sake.
Sake.
There's a difference.
Wait, those are 2 different things?
Wait, there's 2?
Maybe. I don't know. Now I'm scared.
I'll tell you.
I'm pretty. I don't.
I'll tell you my
I
story.
looked at it. I had to read. It said 55%, and it was so smooth because it's
That's
just like rice water.
insane. Yeah.
So are you want to hear my fucking sake story?
It's the total opposite of yours.
4 liquor stores.
It's the total
Like,
opposite.
you guys have any sake? And they're like, I'll be like, no, I have no idea what that is. They're like, no, sorry. And then one guy was like, please hold, and he hung up the phone.
Nice.
So then Alan's like, haha, I bet they like joking. He's like, I bet they pronounce it sake. So I'm like, okay. And I call the liquor store back, and I'm like, you guys have any sake? And this guy's like, oh yeah, we have like a whole shelf of that. I'm like,
I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like,
I fucking went.
my meme
like,
answer worked.
They had like 20 different bottles, and I don't like what I got, but I'm gonna try it again. I really will try it again. For the sake.
I mean, we will go to Japan eventually, and we will try that shit, like,
I'm
for
assuming
real.
You've had some really good food there. I know you've probably had good ramen and sushi if you're a sushi lover. Have you had one of? Oh my god, have you had one of the 5 million Kit Kat flavors? Because those are my weakness.
Dude,
I go to
yes.
I go to a fucking Japanese store, and I'm on a diet. But whenever I'm allowed to have a cheat, I will buy. Like I bought like one that's like fried custard pudding. I bought one that's matcha. Fucking bean paste was weird, but they are so good. There's like 500 Kit Kat flavors, and I wanted
Bean paste Kit Kat.
I'm gonna
so
import.
unfair.
I'm a bit of a doubter.
I'm gonna import.
I'll
the
buy a
sake.
bag and send it to you.
I think I'm gonna import the sake from the sake Kit Kats from Japan. I have a Japanese snack somewhere that I'm now looking for.
So in relation to the anime out here in Japan, like how that is, you guys have already heard the advertisements huge. They support it and everything. There are like conventions is a strong word for it because like they're really just small gatherings of like 50 people like in a Starbucks or something like that at like the American Village, and they come and they cosplay, and it's so above reproach like how good they do it. It's ridiculous how accurate it is.
The cosplay?
Yeah, they are so good at it. I'm not sure if it's like a company that sponsored these people or if they were just individual because I didn't talk to them because they don't speak fucking English. So I was just like caught in a gaze as me and my friend are going to a bar, and he's like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Dude, look at that." And he walks up, and it's this like it's like some chick just a Senko-san from
the
Fox.
Fox?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And I was like, I'm entranced by this. He's like, go ask for a number. I was like, no, let's just go. So I left.
Oh, you should have.
I found my girlfriend got me these fucking bubble tea flavored mochi, and I'm gonna try one on the podcast because I haven't tried them yet because I know I do this shit. So I don't like mochi, but I like bubble tea. So we're gonna see how this goes. I also don't know how
That actually sounds good. I think it's gonna be good.
There's a video on my Twitter, or maybe it's my old Twitter, of me and my old friend. We tried mochi for the first time at an anime con last year, and she hated it. I didn't mind it. So, do I bite this or do I eat it whole?
Eat it whole.
Eat it whole.
It's small enough. Okay, now swallow. You swallow now. Swallow now. Swallow now.
Swallow now. We're trying to reduce the number of people on this podcast to 2. Let's go.
You know what?
I'm taking over. Yes.
You know what? It actually the outside actually does taste like milk, and the inside tastes like tapioca bubbles. That's not bad. That's way better than the one I had in ABC Con.
All right, let's go.
There was so because of COVID. Sorry to just completely cut you off. That was a mistake.
You're fine. I cut you off to try bubble tea.
You're okay. Because of COVID, there was so many conventions planned. They had Okinawa conventions for anime. They had the main ones here in Tokyo. I'm 2 hours from Tokyo, which is so cool, but I can't go. There's tons just around, and they just keep getting dropped off the schedule because of just COVID. So
when are they gonna lift that shit?
Dude, when it stops. I got gypped out of COVID, out of my Japanese.
Out of COVID. Damn it, I didn't get COVID.
Damn it, dude. What the 2019 virus? Yeah.
Sorry.
So
continue.
I can't really give you guys an in detail description of what anime is like the culture here in Japan because I don't see it a ton, but when I do see it, it's awesome.
I think
it's awesome.
Thanks to Japan being a smart country, unlike the country I currently live in, I think you'll get to experience that shit next year. I think the country of Japan will actually open back up next year, unlike America. We are going to be here for the next 55 years. Fun fact, Alan was supposed to be here this week.
Was it? Yeah. No, next week. Next week.
He was
but there's no way that's not fucking happening.
Him and Marco were going to come in. We were going to fucking road trip across my state.
Maybe I'll just meet up with Marco. Just me and him. The boys.
I can meet up.
The boys.
I remember when I was supposed to meet up with Sam in South Carolina, and he's like, the night before at like 1 a.m. he's like, dude, I'm really drunk, and I'm like, are you gonna be able to meet up the next day? And you're like, hell yeah! And he texts me like 5 hours later, and you're like, hell no, I'm not.
That was a bad time. I didn't give you a shirt. I
wanted to see you more than I wanted to see the shirt.
Yeah, but you also don't have the shirt now, so that's a double loss. How do you feel?
I mean, that shirt's too big for me now.
No, that's a W.
Yeah.
You take that shirt back and you try to put it on.
I'm gonna eat another one of these fucking mochis.
I'm pretty sure we can document your weight loss through the podcast.
Maybe.
I just thought of it. Like episode 20, you're gonna be like skinnier than me.
Episode 5. Hey guys, I gave up on the diet.
You start expanding.
Well, according to my app, I'm on day 45.
That's good. I got to like day 5 of every diet I've ever tried, and I'm always like, you know what? I think I deserve a cheat day.
Because I'm not really dieting. Because I'm just calorie counting.
You're just calorie counting.
But I don't eat red meat right now. I actually had. I know this isn't anime related, but that's what this podcast is about. I actually had a burger for the first time in over a month and a half. When I went out of town this past weekend and stayed on vacation. I had a burger and it was so good. And then I was like, ugh. And I like wanted to vomit. And I'm like, I don't think my body can accept this. Because I also had a large soda because I had to drive. No. I had to drive. So I had a large soda earlier that day and I was tired. And I was like, oh, I don't feel so good. Because I've been eating like tuna and salmon and chicken and fruit every day for like 35 days. And I'm just like, oh no, all this artificial sugar tastes like shit. This beer's getting shittier.
I just gotta say, when I do come, you better not just feed me fish every fucking day. I'm gonna be pissed.
I know how to make
chicken. I came all the way here to eat fucking tuna and cat food.
We'll get the southern experience. we'll get the southern experience. I'll take a week off. And then I gained 500 pounds in that 1 week.
Another cool thing that Japanese people do, which I absolutely adore, is whenever you try to talk to them, it is a game of charades. It is so funny.
I believe
we go to like this language exchange, which is just like a bunch of Japanese, a bunch of white people get together, and they just talk and they just try to communicate. It's super funny.
Oh, that's wholesome
I'm
shit.
Like, I'm just like, like you guys like blah 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 house, and they're like, house? I'm like, house, house, and they're like, house, and I'm like house, like shower, bed, you know, whatever, and they're like, house. I'm just like, yeah. And then what they'll end up doing is the conversation deteriorates, and the challenge that I always do is like, don't whip out Translate, like don't use Google Translate, please, like just try to make this work, learn on your own. And I have a story. Then they'll just go to like whatever word they know in English, which is always hamburger, and it's so fun. He's like, oh, hamburger. I'm like, yeah, hamburger. They're like, oh, hamburger. Yeah, hi. And they're like super excited. Like
isn't that the word for hamburger in Japanese too? Yeah, like they say hamburger.
Yeah, Japanese hamburger is American hamburger. It's the funniest shit.
It's beautiful.
And one time, it was me, my friend Brandon, my friend Carly. We were just sitting at this table talking to these girls, these two like older women. They're Japanese. And Carly's like, oh, how do you say like I love you? And they're like, oh, daisuki de. And then I was like, oh, haha. And I look at my friend Brandon and I grab his hand. I'm like, Brandon-san, daisuki de. And then like everyone starts like giggling, not laughing at the joke, just like kind of giggling at me. And my from Brandon's like, yeah, they don't think it's a joke. I'm like, what? And then one lady goes, oh, fuck you. I was like, oh, what?
Oh my god!
I was like, what? And she's like, oh, you two, homo. And I'm like, no. I'm like, how do you say joke? How do you say joke? How do you say joke? How do you say joke?
Oh my god.
Like, joke. And I'm like, joke. Like, oh, haha, joke. Haha, comedy. Like, oh, Jodane. I'm like, Jodane, not, no homo, Jodane.
Oh my god.
And she's like, oh, no. I'm like, yeah, no, that. We're not that.
Oh, that's awkward.
That's bad.
It was so funny.
Oh wow. that fucking reminds me of even more racy story. Of like there's like this I saw this clip like literally today. There's like this VTuber playing like GTA 5 or something, and the characters said the N-word and she just repeated the word. And she was streaming it. But she didn't know. Like obviously like she's from Japan, she doesn't know anything.
Was it Hololive?
Wait, rephrase what you just said. She's from Japan. She doesn't know anything.
No, she doesn't know anything about. You know what I mean?
We lost our Japanese viewership.
No.
Well, let's look at it like this, all right? North American education, and you got the Japanese down here.
Yeah, they don't know anything. They don't know anything.
Because they don't know what the N-word is.
Yeah.
And that's everything.
Obviously. That's all you learn. But yeah.
So,
all right, let's
There you
get...
go.
Yeah, speaking of anime, I was about to say, let's get back on this.
I'm already blanking. There was a show that got announced this season 2 that you had in the doc.
Dragon Maid.
Kobayashi Dragon Maid season 2 announced. Let's go! I've never seen it.
Dude, that makes me so happy. Dragon Maid is a great series, but also it's even more special because it's a Kyoto Animation anime. The director was one of the victims in that like terrible arson attack from a year ago.
Sad. No, I'm sad.
But they're back.
Yeah, they're bouncing back, which is awesome.
That is really good. I'm happy to hear that they are doing good things to what they're doing. I just what just happened? I just like died. What I just said. Yeah, I'm good. I had a stroke talking.
It's sad, man. It's really sad.
Yeah,
so season 1 of Dragon Maid, that was like one of the first animes I watched where I was like, when I was like really just going down the rabbit hole of like, you know, the culture, the weebiness, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, this one gets a lot of popularity. Because when I was at my friend's house and he was trying to sell me acid, he had a gigantic poster of, what's her name? The one with the green tail. I forgot her name.
Toru?
The
main girl?
Toru. Yeah. On the wall. And I was like, this is so surreal. I'm like, what is that show? He's like, it's called Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I'm like, okay. And I went back and I watched it. And then I went down the rabbit hole. I was like starting to fall in. And it's really, really good because it's like, oh, hey, here's comfy slice of life and then comedy with some weird fan service in it too. But it was a good series. It's a good mix of like these different genres, and it falls into just its own little thing. Yeah, where I don't think it will be replicated by anything else ever. Like Senko-san was
Senko-san tried.
It like skimmed.
Yeah.
It like tested the waters of it, but it didn't really go as deep as Dragon Maid did with that kind of concept of like, oh hey, it's a slice of life comfiness, and it's also this weird shit.
Yeah, because it also makes you like really give a shit about the characters.
I had a friend recommend that show to me all the time. He's like, dude, you gotta watch Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid. And in my head, I'm like, but I hate you, so I don't want to watch this. And that's true. I don't like that guy. I blocked him recently, just because I was sick of seeing his shit.
Oh, poor guy.
Like,
good night.
He's just like, you need to watch it. He would also want me to watch shit like, I don't know, like Claymore and other shit that I'd never heard of.
I don't know what Claymore is. I've never even heard of that. That's an explosive device, bro.
It falls in the line of like Berserk series. That's all.
Alan, I want to hear some anime from you that are like their own take on a genre.
Oh, for me?
Like, yeah, like you've seen a lot. I haven't seen nearly as much as
$5. He says Monogatari.
Okay, hang on. All right, wait. Hold on. Monogatari is like, it's not something I'd recommend. It's like I've always said, Monogatari is like the hardest show to recommend to someone who hasn't seen like a billion anime already. Don't fucking try unless you've already done dug into that shit so bad. I was gonna talk about Sangatsu. There's like this whole genre of shows that I've discovered lately that's like my thing, I think. Where like it's like a slice of life type show where it's like it's about a bunch of different aspects of like life, but it does it in like a mature way. It's not like some like dumb high school comedy bullshit thing. Where it's like they talk about competition, they talk about, because like Sangatsu no Line is a show about like shogi.
It's very good.
Which is like Japanese chess.
That one. Yeah. I watched it on the English. I was in like a lion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that shit is fucking amazing. It's like my favorite show. But like, it just addresses like so many different parts of life that it's like, it hits you in like 50 different directions. Because it makes you care about the characters. It makes you care about shogi for some reason. Even though like I go into this like, what the fuck is shogi? I don't know. There's another one that I watched last week, like Shogen Ruku Rakugo Shinju. It's about Rakugo. It's like this Japanese storytelling form where like it's just a guy who sits on a stage and he tells a story from like 3 different perspectives, and it's just him talking. And it's just the guy talking for like 20 minutes. and it makes you give a shit about it. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it.
That's like the ultimate end goal, I think, for any show is to just make you give a shit about the characters and the plot.
Haikyuu's really good at doing that too. Like, I mean, have you ever met someone who's watched Haikyuu and is like, "Damn, I fucking loved volleyball before this series"?
There's people who play volleyball though who also watch Haikyuu and they get just as hype about it as like people who have no fucking idea. It's amazing.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, that's like I'd say that's like my niche. That's my favorite niche. Like getting you to give a shit about like this obscure thing that you probably didn't know about, but it's also talking about like life, man. It's fucking deep.
So Alan knows my absolute obsession with rom-coms. That's my weakness, is rom-coms.
Yeah, you come back to me like every week.
Yeah.
I need more rom-coms. I'm out.
Dude, are you lonely, Sam?
Extremely. Dude, do you see the fucking room I live in? It's a cell block. Like,
do you want a hug? I'll be right over as soon as my country opens its borders.
As soon as ours does too. Jesus, like no one's coming in.
On my way.
One of the ones that my personal favorite show and manga, because I haven't read much manga, but I've seen a lot of the anime, and like, you know, my bias towards rom-coms definitely takes over here, is definitely Kaguya-sama.
Yes!
Dude, I love that show. I cannot get enough. I read the Dojin like 2 days
yes,
ago.
the Dojin! I got more hyped over the Dojin than I did over the show.
What is the Dojin?
The Dojin, it's like a spin-off where they just don't have any boundaries, like how far they can go with like sexual jokes. Like the first chapter is Chica has her panties showing, and they're like just trying to figure out how to tell her like, hey, your panties are showing.
Is it written by the actual author?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Is it? No, I thought it wasn't.
Yeah.
I love Kaguya.
Well, awesome.
So much.
And
my favorite series.
The reason I love it with all my heart and soul is, I have to say this now, season 2 trumps season 1 like easy. Yeah. Like there was no competition.
Well, yeah, if you read the manga before season 2 came out, you knew that was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, that was
for sure.
Like season 1 came out, I watched, I was like, this is pretty good, and I read the rest of it.
Season 3 is gonna be the best so far, because if it just keeps following the pattern, I mean, the manga's.
Oh my god, dude, I'm not even gonna like.
I'm so excited.
I'm so fucking excited.
I can't say anything about it. I think just like because in the overall spectrum of where we are now with season 2 out and done, season 1 did this good thing because it took the idea of, oh haha, rom-com, they both like each other, but will they tell each other? I don't know. And now it's
the fingers.
They both like each other, and they will do anything, any ridiculous shit to just get the other to catch them in the fucking snare. Like, oh hey, I printed out this birthday card or this congratulations card. I had my maid take it, gave it to this chick, assigned the day that the movies are open for his free weekend, knowing that she can't see that movie, in the hope that she would come in and offer to both of us, and then it will convince him through a weird surgical, very grid-like course of a conversation. I will get him to ask me the movies, and that's the first episode, and it's like only 1/3 of the first episode. It's just really ridiculous, and I thought it was funny. And then they go into like character development, which I loved. I love how they dubbed season 2, and it's like, wait, did they dub season 1? I looked into it. They sure haven't dubbed season 1 yet. They really didn't. Yeah, they dubbed season 2 first.
That's amazing. I have to
translation, because Konosuba was not lost in translation. The dub is funny as hell too.
They did a good job with that. I have to seriously like shout out the voice actors though. I haven't seen the dub for Kaguya, but I'm talking about the sub at least. The voice actors, like, you can tell they fucking love what they do. Yeah, they're having so much fun. I'm not too interested in the dub for Kaguya, but Konosuba, like, I just saw a video like Konosuba has a dub, and it was so funny. It was so funny. I saw the clip of Megami getting eaten by the frog. Konosuba's just and then Aqua bursts out of the frog in dub, just screeching. Yeah, they have fun with it too. You guys want to know my weakness? What? Pirates. Shut up, man. God. Actually, not even. This is the only series I watch about pirates. I don't like any other ones that don't. Do you get my pain now? We can't like go. We can't get through like 10 minutes of conversation without him talking about One Piece. I can't get the same conversation without you talking about fucking your weird niche show that you're watching at the time. Yeah, because they're great. Oh man. Honestly. You literally read One Piece and you were on that train. That's all you could talk about for this. I was on that train. No, me reading it made it so that you would fucking bring it up even more now, because now you can now I understand what you're talking about, which is worse. I wish I didn't. Yeah. I wish I was back to that. Back to That's before. That's pretty much how it is. Oh gosh. Another week, another non-announcement of JoJo Part 6. We still waiting. Dude, I want Stone Ocean. How are they gonna?
Don't
do the ending.
Dude, they're too
Don't
busy
spoil
with
it.
the.
I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but like, how can they possibly put that in anime?
I can see it. I want them to do
Like,
Steel.
They can
I
do
want
it.
them to
They can do
Steel
it.
Ball Run, man.
People were confused with King Crimson. How are they gonna translate this well at all? In
But
any way, shape, or
they don't care if people are confused.
They actually did a good
I
job.
watched, like,
I
You
think.
need
King
to
Crimson.
read Steel
Yeah,
Ball
yeah.
Run. Steel
Like,
Ball
when
Run is
you're-
probably my favorite JoJo part.
When you're watching the anime, King Crimson actually makes sense. So you know, like the whole meme about like how does King Crimson work? There's a video of some
Yeah.
guy like just screaming for like 2 minutes. It's like the funniest.
It's really
video.
just, if you watch the anime, it explains how he works pretty well.
Yeah, like the anime, because you can see it fucking happening in real time. But when it's the manga, it's just a bunch of pictures and text that tells you he skipped through time or like he deleted time, and you're like, huh? Because you don't fucking get that. You don't know what
Glad I
that
didn't
means.
read part 5. I'm glad I started with part 6
Yeah,
for reading.
it's gonna be the same thing. Like you read the part 6 fights, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Honestly, the part 6 fights were awful, probably because I had to read them. Part 7's fights were good. There was
So-
like that Survivor fight and Double Dragon or whatever in part 6 was so boring.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that one. I have a controversial opinion with JoJo's. I'm sure that you guys, since you are in the same mindset, you probably will agree. Honestly, part 3 is overrated.
Motherfucker! That's my second.
Dude.
Let's go, my boy.
I watched it and I was like, dude, I was in the field. I had all the episodes downloaded. I was gone for like 2.5 months in the desert. I was like in my little cot watching JoJo's, like curled up
Hey,
in
fitting
sleep.
show to watch in the desert.
And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, hey, look, there they are. Okay, so when do they stop fighting these stupid motherfuckers with the dumbass stance? It's like it just felt like filler. The
Fuck
villain
you.
movie thing, I did not like it. Part 4,
Alan's a part 3 hater too.
I'm not a part 3
Money.
hater.
So here's my ranking for JoJo parts, not including 8 because I'm only about 10 chapters in. 7's my favorite, 3's my second favorite, then 5, then 4, then 6, then 2, then 1.
5's the best, dog. I wasn't
good.
listening to what you said just now.
5 is my third favorite.
Okay.
4, 6. Oh, actually, no, 4, 5. I'm not going to include.
Are we
6,
counting manga?
I'm not going to count manga because it's a totally different kind of experience.
Yeah, it's hard to
4,
compare.
5, 2, 3, 1, and these bottom 2 are interchangeable depending on my mood.
I think I'm the same, except 5 and 4 are flipped. So yeah,
You think 5's better?
yeah, we're dogs.
I think Dio's World is some of the 4 best episodes in anime of all
Fucking
time.
let's go.
Dio's
Yeah,
well, yeah, I love the final fight.
I love part 4 too. The beginning of part 4 is a little slow. I love part 4 though. The
like
lowest
how it's-
score I've given a JoJo part is a 7.5, and that's part 1. Then part 2 is 8.5, and it goes up from there.
Oh yeah, they're all good. I enjoy all of them. But we're just talking about like
It was
some are more good than others.
I introduced my neighbor to JoJo's because he's a huge like shonen enthusiast. He's like, dude, Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball, my life. And I was like, okay, let's sit down. Let me show you this. And I was like, we're gonna watch JoJo Part 1, and we're gonna get drunk and watch JoJo Part 1. And he's like, what should I expect? I'm like, do you know those fights you have like when you're a kid, when you're like, okay, I shoot you with a gun. He's like, no, I deflect the bullet. And he's like, okay, well, I re-deflect the bullet into you, and it goes through your leg, and now you're crippled. He's like, okay, but then I squeeze my leg really tight, and it cauterizes the injury. And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, it's just that. That's what Part 1 is.
What do you mean
And
as
there's
a
people that are
kid?
certified JoJo haters. And it makes me sad. All the JoJo openings bang too, except for Chase.
Chase can kind of bang, but yeah,
No.
I think it's the worst. It's the worst. I think it's the worst one too.
I don't know. I think either Trader's Requiem or a Bloody Stream is the best.
Bloody Stream slaps.
Bloody Stream
I made,
slaps.
I made a UHC intro with it. That's how you know.
Oh,
I
you
loved it.
did.
You get
No.
everyone's video hit because of that.
Number 1.
That shit was lit.
Yeah, I'm sure it did, dude. That's
was
that happened
amazing.
So much good. I got number
Your
1.
thing got number 1. I forgot
Yeah,
about that. I haven't
it
watched
did.
the top part, volume 5. I don't think.
I remember
Thanks for
pop.
not-
I think we watched it together. I popped off.
Yo,
I
speaking
was like,
of
"Yo,
top,
Sam's, yo, Bloody Stream."
yo, fucking top
passed out.
list. I totally forgot that this was a topic we want to talk about.
Oh, the top.
100.
Right.
I don't know
Right.
if he's uploaded it to YouTube at the time of uploading, but he's uploaded it to another site.
It's on Daily Motion because it has to be. It's
the
on
top
Daily
180,
Motion.
Hold on.
Top 180 anime openings. We had a group of fucking 18 of us. 18
Yeah, a little
weebs,
too much.
ranging from extremely weeb to like just barely a weeb. Organized by you, I guess.
Phantom Cloud and me. I organized the first one, and then it didn't go as well, so Phantom Cloud
Yeah.
took over.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Phenom made the video. He compiled a bunch of shit. He made the video. Unfortunately, got it fucking blocked on YouTube, so now it's on Daily
We're trying to
Motion.
find a way to put it on YouTube, though. Me and him are working on it. It was a really cool video. I'm not going to spoil for people that want to go watch it, or Alan will put a spoiler tag right here, actually.
I'm not going to do it. You're going to look stupid.
No, you have to do it.
I'm not doing it.
Edit the podcast.
Here's the spoiler. Turn off.
All right,
your
here's a spoiler.
ears from this point forward for about 15 seconds.
Yeah. Not 15.
Okay. No, for a little bit longer.
30.
Having 18 people didn't work so well because some people like to give awful scores, which I want to say now that if you give something below a 5, I don't think you really know what that score means. There were some people that gave, like, Lagoon gave the Cowboy Bebop opening a 2.
Oh, you're calling him out?
I'm calling him out. I'm calling the motherfucker
You're
out.
just straight up calling him out.
I called him out in the organizer chat. I had made an announcement. I'm like, Lagoon, what the fuck?
Yeah, attention everyone. Lagoon is now banned from our fucking...
This is my problem with 18 people. And also, this is my problem with that. Because Cowboy Bebop had a generally high ranking, but then it just went way down because of that. But saying it's a 2 out of 10 means that you'd probably rather stump your toe and, like, drink salt water than watch it. That's like it's so shit you can't stand to look at it.
Yeah, that's like...
Five to me is like...
And there was some...
it's good, but I might skip it if I need to save time.
There were some people that would give those scores consistently, like 2s and 3s across the whole thing, and that was supposed to happen to 2 people. I thought it was funny when there was some people that had direct opposite opinions of each other, too.
Yeah, like me.
Another thing is that video took so long to make, obviously for good reason. Phenom put a ton of work into it. My opinions of, like, they're all different now.
It's outdated as fuck.
Because we started this in January. Yeah, we started the project in fucking January, I'm pretty sure.
Was it that long ago? Holy shit.
I actually think
Was it before?
So. The original one started last year.
I remember I was on the original one, and then...
Wait, why weren't you re-invited to the new one?
I was invited, but I was at work because it is... You guys were like, oh, hey, dude, I know it's midnight, but, like, do you want to watch some anime intros? And I was like, haha, you say midnight, I say 11 a.m. I'm at the gym, go away.
No, you're invited to partake in ranking openings in those. Like,
yeah, I was...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you did that on your own time.
You had to go to the gym?
Oh.
One person, I will not name, took 5 weeks or more to do 2 lists out of the... We had to do 18 lists. Everyone knew what they were getting into. One person just wouldn't.
He'll name drop Lagoon for having a bad opinion, but you won't name drop this guy.
I'm obviously calling someone a bad opinion in good fun. But, like, this is something that actually genuinely got on my nerves because this was held the project back.
Right.
Overall, I was happy with the list. Number 1 being Arigato was really weird. I really like that opening. I've never seen the show, but the Noragami Arigato opening was dope. I don't know. I want to make another one with not 20,000 people.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do it myself.
We could do one.
I'd be down if it's the weekend.
Yeah.
It's not like...
different, but I don't want to, like, put the video together. I think it was really cool, and I hope we start a trend. I hope more people do it, and I hope it doesn't necessarily have to be the same 18. I kind of hope more people that see this are like, let's get together and do another one.
Dude, my goal is to build, like, the weeb empire from the remnants of the UHC community. Just, like, that's my fucking goal, dude. I'm going to be a mastermind of this shit.
Okay, Walter White.
You walk out, and you're like, guys, have you heard of anime? Everyone's like, oh my god, it's the guy that closed the door that one time and played Pokemon.
Like, I closed the door. Yeah,
what is that?
I'm the closed door guy. Yeah.
How to close the door?
I like the video a lot. I think there's gonna be more anime content in the future that, like stuff like that. I can see myself.
I can't go over that fucking video.
It took me a minute.
It's like you close the door and then just fall over.
Like, huge props to Phenom for that.
Oh yeah.
Phenom, I can say this with confidence.
Absolutely.
If Phenom puts his mind to do something, if he says he's gonna do it, he might not be like extremely well time managed. That's
bro. Phenom made this logo in a day. You can't see currently. Phenom made our fucking logo. I messaged him like, "Hey, can we get a logo?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like,
"That one up there."
I think it's gonna
do
be.
This.
I think I'll put it here.
Put it where
you put your finger up real quickly though.
Yeah.
I'll make a joke. Oh, look at that! You let the love, let the.
You try.
Let the love bring you higher.
What the fuck?
Anyway, I messaged Phenom. I'm like, "Hey, can we get this logo?" And he's like,
Sam's
"Yeah,
gone.
sure." And I expect him to take like a few weeks, and he sends me one like 10 hours later. We're like, I'm like, okay, we'll pay you. And we offer an amount of money, and he declines that amount of money, and he only accepts a significantly lower amount of money than what we paid him.
Yeah, he's like, you have to give me illegal wages. I'm like, all right, if you say so.
You have to make
you fucking say so, dude.
Laws from the 1920s.
Yeah.
He's a workhorse. I've never seen somebody just like work like
Shout
that.
out to Phenom. All my friends love Phenom.
Mad respect. And this shit was fun too. I enjoyed doing it.
It was fun.
It's fun
Admittedly,
shit.
getting one a day. I mean, when I let him build up, I was like kind of like this, ranking some openings. I'm like 7.
Yeah. After a while, I have to admit, I did do that.
I should have spaced my time out a little more, because sometimes I was watching openings I couldn't stand, but like I was reasonable. I didn't just give an opening I thought was boring a fucking 1 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Except I was biased sometimes. Sometimes like a fairy tale one would come up and I'd instantly be like, all right, this is like a 4.
I think
like 5 seconds in.
I think Bloody Stream would have been number 1 if Ethan and someone else, I think Rocky, didn't give it like a 4.
Oh, the sabotage. The sabotage.
Yo, what really got me was would submit their own and they're like, I'm gonna give this a 5. And I'm like, why did you submit this?
People did that.
Like some people had like a 6 on their own opening, and I had like a 9 on their opening, and I'm like I organized all those scores on a spreadsheet, so I know that those are the legit scores.
Where did Mob Psycho 2 place? Because I think that's my favorite intro.
It's at 9. My
9?
favorite intro. My favorite intro placed at number 25.
What was yours?
Black Catcher. Black Clover opening 10.
10.
Did you watch
dude?
The
no, I didn't, because I honestly forgot about it on my free time. And call me a dork for this. I've been making a Survivor with Shade and Nelly.
That's not that
like,
week. I played like 10
Oh,
Survivors.
you fucking nerd! Oh my god. Jeez.
Anyway, Black Clover opening 10 is my favorite opening.
Where did the third one rank?
It's my 3rd favorite opening, and it was also number 3 on the list.
Oh, okay.
So another story about Marines with anime. I got to this unit and I was like in dismay because the unit sucks. Like the hours we would work and the work we would do in those hours and the reason we were staying late was so stupid. It's military drama, but whatever. And I'd get back to my room. I'm extremely tired, and my friend's like, "Hey, do you want to come over and drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, sure, why not?" Because like it's a Tuesday at night, but I don't care because today sucked. I need to have a drink. And I go in there, and he's like, "Do you want to see my Marine college education courses?" And I was like, "You're what?" And it's like these programs you do to better yourself as a Marine, and educate yourself on different tactics and things. And he opens the tab on his bookmarks bar and goes to the first one, and it is nhentai.com.
I fucking knew it. I knew exactly what this is.
/ like whatever the fuck. It's
just
.net.
Random
shit. Yeah, .net. And
.net, baby.
Like, okay, what about the other ones? And the next one's like Monokitsu Happening, episode 3. And I was like, okay, which is a hentai. And I was like, okay, this is great. And then he's like, do you want to listen to some anime OPs? I was like, of course I want to listen to fucking anime OPs. Are you kidding me, dude? And I'd never seen Black Clover, but he was on Black Rover.
Oh my god.
Dude, there's nothing like fucking N hentai and Black Rover.
Black Catcher's done by the same singer. You've got to listen to it.
That's good. I got to listen to that then.
I think it's better than Black Rover. I think it's better than Black Rover just by
get your live reaction over like right now.
Yeah, give us your live reaction to Black Catcher. I will not play it on Alan will not play it on the video.
I can't play it on the videos. We'll die.
Listen to it.
We'll die.
You guys won't hear it.
I can see in the reflection of your glasses we're gonna get copyright struck.
No, he's listening on Spotify. I think he's listening to it on Spotify.
Oh, okay. Nate wants to battle.
No.
Ew. There's an action version.
Is it?
Sorry, Nate. We were gonna have you on the podcast, but
Black Catcher that starts. The artist starts with like a V.
Vika Blanca.
Yeah, this is it. Okay.
That's some shit. All right, now we're just gonna sit here in silence for an hour or for a minute and 30.
For a minute and 30, like an hour.
An hour.
Watch him hate it.
He's not.
Oh, I've heard this.
Oh, there you go.
This song fucking bombs, dude. I love this song.
So good.
Oh my god, that's
there
is
so good. There it is. Yeah, I know.
It's my anime called
I Die. Black Clover's great.
Black Clover's openings are
Doesn't have a bad one out of 11 openings. 12 if you count Squishy.
Squishy.
Squishy's opening is way harder than
about Squishy.
Okay, let
Sushi
me
blew
ask
my
you guys
mind.
this. Let me ask you guys this because
All right.
I never saw it, and I'm curious about other people's thoughts because I haven't been able to talk to a lot of people about this because Marines are
Okay.
weebs, but they don't. They're so stupid with how they watch things.
What do
They
you
don't
mean?
watch like they don't. It's like, hey, dude, what'd you just watch like this past month? It's like, oh, I watched Toradora, and then I watched like Berserk, and that's it, or like some other. Not even that. I watched Toradora and then this random obscure Gundam anime from like 1997.
Oh
I'm like,
boy.
why?
I could differentiate between the Gundam man.
It's like okay, and like, hey, have you ever seen One Punch Man? Like, I don't know what that is. I don't care. I'm like, okay, sure, you should watch it. Like, yeah, no, don't think so. So, One Punch Man season 1, a gift from God. We all agree. The anime, like just the look.
It's pretty good. Tyler's.
Tyler, what?
Two's
What?
not out yet. I'm
Tyler,
a big One Punch
He's
Man hater, dude.
a hater. Just talk to me, man. Talk to me.
I am
Okay,
planning on
We're-
reading.
One Punch Man season 1 was good.
Season 1 was
bomb.
pretty.
Yeah,
It was
season
pretty.
1 was.
2, I haven't seen it.
Don't.
Oh,
Not even
God.
as just a hater. Just don't do it. Alan gave it
I-
3.
Ooh.
I do give it a 3. I'm sorry.
Did they at least like? There's a consistency you need to have.
You know the studio changed, right? Because season 1 was done by Madhouse. Madhouse, phenomenal studio. They're fucking amazing. They love what they do. They do what they do. Season 2 was who was it? JC Staff. They do like slice of life shit, and that's it. They did like Sakura So, and I'm pretty sure.
They do Toradora.
I think they did. Yeah, they did Toradora too. But like, you know,
Than that.
it's a different level of like. You need more for One Punch Man.
Did they ever kick it up like ever? Just like, hey, here we go. We're just gonna fucking animate.
The thing is, with season 2, like I also didn't like the story when it got like to this stuff. I don't know if other people agree with me there, but like it didn't look great, and also the story started like dragging and being a little shady. I think.
Manga.
So yeah, you can read the manga. Don't mean to disappoint. If anything, you
Yeah,
can
I know how the
relive
manga
your
was.
prime times with season 1.
Soundtrack was beautiful for season 1, and it was pretty looking.
That's the most praise you'll hear from Tyler.
What do you not like about One Punch Man season 1? Because it was that Attack on Titan and Sword Art Online that really got me into anime. In that era.
SAO as well. Fuck you. Get off my podcast.
Did you say SAO?
Oh, I don't like it. No, I thought it was terrible.
No, that's SAO is my first. I hate it.
It was.
It's
I
fun.
watched SAO because I was like, wait, I play video games, and they're in a video game.
They're in a
So
video
cool.
game.
Log Horizon. Log Horizon's the better video game anime.
Yeah, but is it marketable?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't market
Do you
it
have-
like the weird
Do you
the tentacle scene.
are
From
there
season 1.
waifus?
That's it.
That's the question.
This is true, and you cannot do that.
Is there a harem?
No, I am gonna read One Punch Man and see if I can give it a more fair shot.
I want to give you a forewarning. The manga, the one's art style is.
Oh yeah.
It looks really good. in my opinion.
If you read it and if you get used to his art style, then you can watch Ping Pong.
I think Made in Abyss's manga looks really good. I'm not gonna watch.
You
Ping
can watch
Pong,
Ping
right?
Pong. It's okay. We'll
I think Ping Pong looks
Okay, and
I'm gonna get
another
you
one I
watching.
want to talk about because slice of life.
yeah, keep it going.
Well, Sing Yesterday for me.
Oh,
What
I
were your
wanted
guys' thoughts?
I wanted to watch that. I didn't get to. I know Tyler didn't either.
Wait, what?
I don't think.
Oh, okay.
It came
yeah,
out
I've
like
heard a
last
lot of-
season.
I've heard so much good stuff about it. I've heard
Wait, what are you
infinitely
talking
great things about Sing Yesterday for me, and it looked good. It looked
my
good. It looked like actual genuine like humans, and they're not
Mhm.
like in high school. So like we specifically at a high school like
Yeah.
college age can relate to them.
I'm so done with
But-
high school anime.
Yeah.
man.
Just like me, like,
could not.
do I confess my feelings to this girl that's I'm like, what grade are these people in? And it's like I'm in my first year of high school. I'm like, is that like 15?
Yeah.
it's-
I'm like, am I rooting for kids to have sex? Like, what the hell?
No, you're rooting for them to hold hands by the end of the
Oh
season.
yeah. Unless you're plastic memories, then you're like, fuck.
Are you- am I right here for you, Alan?
You're
You're
above.
you're here.
Okay, I'll grab Alan's hand.
Okay.
Here, let's hold.
For
hands
me,
a
it's
minute.
just you guys are going this
I'm gonna-
video.
Tyler, where are you?
I'm gonna blur this out.
I'm pointing at both of you.
Which one am I? Right or left?
You're this one.
Let's hold hands, guys. 'cause
No,
we're-
come back. 'Cause I'm in the middle. Come here.
Wait, what are you doing?
Come over some
Oh,
more.
you're there. Where are you? Are you here?
More. More.
Here?
More this way. Sam, more this way. More. Okay, right there. We're holding hands.
I'm sorry, you guys can stop watching now.
Alan, go to the other side. Alan, go to the other side.
Dude,
What do you mean, this side?
Nowhere near the border.
Wait, I'm uploading this.
Okay, anyway.
Whatever.
That was stupid.
That was a good addition. I just wanted to hold hands because that's the r/anime joke.
Yeah, I'm gonna blur it all out. It's fine. But yeah, I heard Sing yesterday for me was, I've heard mixed shit about it. We'll just say, I've heard it's like really good. I've also heard it's like a little bland or something.
It's bland. I can say that confidently. It's pretty bland to me.
I don't really even know what it is.
So I reminded myself of another topic I wanted to touch on, which was Reddit and the community of anime, like online.
Okay.
Obviously, we have our remnants of the UHC, the relics, the leftovers of UHC, just kind of like being like, oh yeah, anime's whatever. Like we all watch it and stuff. We talk about it, different opinions. Yeah. And then there's Reddit, specifically Reddit, because I go on Reddit now because I don't have Twitter anymore. So I'm never gonna get on Reddit. I'm never getting unbanned. And
what is your ban link for?
It's because I avoided suspension.
Like how long is it for?
Oh, indefinite. It's never coming out.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna find this DM to Alan because this is the worst thing I've ever seen on a Reddit post of all my fucking time. I'm gonna put in this group chat right here, and please, if you can muster the strength to put this in the video, I want the world to see this.
Wait, I gotta vet this first.
Yeah. Oh no, don't worry. It made me realize that the community of like the people that go on Reddit, like Reddit's already by itself a shithole.
Yeah.
And then you take anime, which is already a very you have a very mixed bag of regular people, and then you have the outliers, I'll say.
The TSO comment.
These two catalysts of destruction and put them together, and then you have the r/anime subreddit. And you get comments like that, where you have one dude say, pulls out my CSGO op. What was that, trash can?
What was that, trash can?
Yes, dude. It made me realize that I fucking hate anime fans. That's all it made me realize.
Every time I go on the Reddit, I see a post like, what should I watch? And then it's like the same 5 comments.
It's always Hunter x Hunter.
It's like Hunter x Hunter.
Literally every time.
There can be nothing wrong with Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, they can do no wrong. Oh my god.
We already discussed this in an episode before. A Hunter x Hunter is a 9 out of 10.
Okay, I'll take that. That's a fair one.
It is not a perfect series, and I cannot understand why people think it's perfect, and I don't want to hear why people think it's perfect because I want to be stubborn.
That's fine. I won't try to change your opinion, even though I disagree strongly, and I want you on the deathbed.
Alan agrees with me.
Yeah.
Oh, you as well. All right, great. You guys can.
Alan and I watch the show on and off together. Like we watched like the first 60 episodes together. And then
I'm down for a rewatch sometime if I want to change my mind about it.
So long.
It is pretty fucking. Yeah, whatever. We're us. We can do it.
It's taking me a year to get through my hair.
You're a fucking One Piece fan. What do you mean? I was so long. Shut up.
It took me 2 years to catch up to this fucking series, and that was after I dropped.
But you did it.
It was after I dropped it at 700 episodes and started reading it.
Oh, you dropped it at 700.
I couldn't get past 699.
I couldn't read it. I couldn't watch past 700. I made it to 700 and I couldn't continue. It was too long.
No, it was just happened after an episode. It was like, Luffy, let's go! And Luffy's like, all right, I'll be there in 10 minutes episode time.
It's literally like the Dragon Ball memes, except like non-exaggerated at all.
5 episodes, but it's like 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Or 5 minutes, but it's like 12 episodes.
Yeah, like the Wano arc in the anime has been going on for almost a year now, and they're like 28 chapters in.
Oh my god, really?
Maybe 30.
How cool would it be if they did every chapter of Rent a Girlfriend? Because I fucking hate that shit. I hate
they're going to. I know they're going to. They're gonna get. It's gonna be popular enough that they're gonna get a season 2 and a season 3. It's gonna be fucking. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I know, dude. Just hold on. We'll make it through. We can get through this. I watched.
Right now, the log is good. It's good. And
right now, yeah, but it took. You know how long it took us to get here? We should have been here like 100 chapters ago.
We've been like, I'll talk to you, and you're like, oh, this new chapter actually wasn't bad. And I'm like, damn it, that was like good. And then next week, I'm like, I'll message you, I'm like, dude, fuck, that was good.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's like that's how the Dragon Ball Super manga can be. It comes out once a month and it's a mixed bag. It's like, yes, the chapter was amazing. This series is great. And the next month, I'm like, God, this chapter sucks. Can they cancel Dragon Ball?
Why did I ever think that? Oh my god. They're toying with us, dude. They're toying with us. They know. The guy knows. He's sadistic. Anyway, anime fans.
Do you guys think that manga's easier to read on a phone than it is a computer? Because I do. I think reading on my computer, I'm like,
oh yeah.
God. I'm like, oh God, my eyes.
Yeah, I actually prefer reading on my phone.
And then it's kind of some anime sites on your phone. If you don't use like an app, it's so fucking hard to read because like the panels are really huge in your phone screen. You're like,
yeah,
what does that say? But I use Viz.
I hate having to like scroll like when it zooms in super hard on my phone. I have to like scroll down to like read it. I don't like that. I like having the whole
I use Viz, so I swipe. It's one page per thing.
I just go on Reddit and then I'm like, hey, look, new chapter post, and I just go on like the Guyamo link, whatever it is. Or,
yeah, they just like imgur it all the time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Some things I don't like. I used to like if I'm reading manga on the computer, I like to do it so I have to click to go to each page because it's less for my eyes to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Berserk is actually good to read on the computer, but
there's a lot going on the screen, so I can imagine that.
I started reading webtoons lately. Like I've started reading like Tower of God, and it's like, it's so fucking. It's different from manga because manga's left to right, you swipe. This is like an up down, like it's a vertical thing.
And Tower of God's
weird. It's weird to adjust, and I'm like pretty sure that the chapter's like twice as long. Although I could be like fucking.
I didn't love the anime for Tower of God. I didn't even finish it, but
I read one manhwa in my life, which is it's not manga, it's manhwa apparently.
Yeah.
According to Glyphical, thank you, Glyph. I read one ever, and that's when I was on my rom-com trip, my continuous rom-com high that never ends. And it was just a generic rom-com, like, oh, I don't know if they like me, but like, dude goes to serve in the military because mandatory 2 years in Korea, because that's dope. And then whatever, and I was just like so taken aback because I was like, that wasn't a manga, was it? And I like kept like looking into it, I'm like, oh, this is Korea. As I like kept reading, I'm like, oh. And it just felt the same in the sense of like, oh, hey, yeah, it's comic, haha, funny comic read. But it was such a different vibe, and it really shows that culture really carries over with the artist. Because like in Japan here, the suburbs you see were like, oh, it's like the road, you have like the alleyway, like all the power lines going everywhere, and like all the houses are super small, close together. That's what it looks like. And then like the manhwa and like other show, and like I guess Tower of God is like the first really big manhwa to get an anime adaptation. If I'm not sure like what the landscape is like there, but I'm sure it lines up really well with Korea. So it's like it's the same meal but with like different flavors, I guess is a weird way to put it. So
yeah, I get what you mean.
A lot goes into these that don't go seen until you compare it to like a different.
And you can't really say that with like comic books because like people want to, but like I swear, when I read a comic, I'm like I see zero similarities other than it's a graphic novel like a manga.
Yeah,
like that is, it's just manhwa and manga have similarities. I just don't see any with comic books.
I just think like manga and anime, like I got so used to like Japanese culture in them, and something I got used to is like how they do comedy, right? Because it's very like kind of like back and forth dialogue based, but the comedy is like so subtly different in Korean, and I can't really describe it, but it's just like it just feels different, and it takes some more time for me to get used to it.
Yeah,
it shows that once you've watched anime and read manga for about 10 years and you try anything else, you're going to be taken aback at like, oh my god, I forgot this is what other things are like.
Yeah,
I'm definitely a late bloomer to manga. The only manga I've consistently read for years is Attack on Titan, and that was just because I was sick of waiting for season 2. Other than that, I mean, I really only started reading manga like last year.
Me and Shay are on episode 8 of season 1 Attack on Titan now.
You and who? Shade and Nelly?
Shade and Nelly. We both like it. It's really good.
Season 3 part 2 is something else.
Oh,
man.
Baby, when you get there.
I got to like season 2. And then like when I was watching the first time and I was like, cool. I kind of stopped there. Season 3 came out and I was like, I'll watch like I watched like the first 2 episodes. I was like, whatever.
Season 3 part 2 is just another thing, man.
Yeah.
It's like
so I'm excited
to
that part.
Yeah, get ready when you get there. Whew.
It's
exactly.
something. Is there any like animes that you guys would like to have seen like get the Brotherhood treatment? Like
What,
a
like a
remake.
revamp?
Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes, God,
Please.
please. We thought Re would be the Brotherhood treatment, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh my god. I still remember the first.
Zero?
Like no, Tokyo Ghoul Re.
The first.
No,
I
I'm
remember.
saying Re Zero.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
The first fucking episode of the second part of whatever, like Tokyo Ghoul Re, was so fucking weird and confused. I dropped that shit after one episode, and I'll never forget. I went to the Reddit thread, and one of the top comments was just 20 question marks, like 1,000 upvotes. I saved that. That made me that I died laughing looking at that because like I've never resonated with a comment more. I was like, what?
I don't think they finished the manga though. I don't think they like finished the manga story in Tokyo Ghoul Re, but I don't think it did well.
No,
enough
they
to
did.
do
I think they did. That's what makes it
I don't
terrible because they adapted like 200 chapters in like 12 episodes or something,
24.
some ridiculous shit like that.
I think I would like to see Soul Eater get a Brotherhood treatment, if not just for a final season to get the manga ending.
Mm-hmm.
Seven Deadly Sins. Could we just get a reanimation?
No, just scrap the entire thing.
Stop there.
I don't even want to watch season 3.
just dump the whole.
Yeah.
Forget it ever happened.
Season 2 was bad.
I always hang out with my friend in his room, and like we watch this show called Shameless. It's really funny on Netflix, and he's watching season 3 right now. And dude, I've been on the sub train. I've been on the sub train for so long. This boy still listens to dubs, and man, season 3 dubbed. It's just not good.
I watched Seven Deadly Sins in dub actually.
Oh, you poor soul.
I
don't have a preference between sub and dub as long as I like it.
I think dubs are
I
getting
like-
slightly better generally.
I think
Over time.
I like Seven Deadly Sins dub a lot. Seven Deadly Sins is ugly in season 3 though, that's why I haven't watched it. I also don't know if I got new voice actors or not, but is there any other shows that I'd like to see get like a remake? I think they are making an Akira anime that covers the entire manga.
I don't want to see too many like. I don't want to see like this kind of like remake train. Like you know how Disney's doing it.
Or like how video games are fucking doing it. No, I would
Yeah.
like. You could pick one. I'm just thinking of things that I'd like to see a remake of.
I just don't want the industry to go into the direction of like, oh my god, we can make a ton of money if we just only do remakes from now on. Like, please.
It's so much
Not a lot
cheaper
of
to
series.
have
I think the only
animation
series that
Yeah.
truly deserve remakes are either series from that are really old, like we're talking 60s and 70s, or series that did not get the manga ending.
Yeah, like I don't want to curse it, but I'm sure they're gonna reboot like Cowboy Bebop someday, or like Fist of the North Star, like that. You know those shit,
Right?
huh?
Yeah.
There's that Netflix show, isn't there coming? The
Is there
live action Netflix show?
Oh god. Actually, of all the anime to get,
Casting looks really good.
yeah, of all the anime that like I think a live action show could work for, it might be Cowboy Bebop.
They have that famous. They have that famous Asian actor. I forget his name now. He played Asian Jim, I think.
Oh, Randall Park. Let's go.
Yeah, he's playing Spike. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that fits. I don't think that fits.
I don't actually know if that's correct or not. If
He's
that's
like
the right
this,
guy.
like he looks kind of like he's more like comedy. Like he's a comedy actor.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the guy from the movie Searching. I don't know his name.
No
Let me
idea.
look.
What'd you guys think of? Obviously bad. Obviously, like no one liked it, but the Ghost in the Shell type thing, where it's like,
I
hey,
haven't
let's take this anime and then live action American movie.
I haven't even. I heard the Ghost in the Shell movie is terrible.
It's awful.
Most
hold
of them.
on.
Most of them.
Let me pull up the casting here.
It's kind of depressing. It kind of like. I remember there was a point like a few years ago where people still had hope. I don't see
I'm sorry,
anyone having
John-
hope for that shit anymore.
I think John Cho is playing Spike Spiegel.
I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna judge this
I
guy.
recently watched Alita Battle Angel.
The movie.
That was a good
The movie was
live
dope.
action movie, and I liked it because it did everything right. That's what like a lot of people. It followed true
Yeah.
to like what it had to, and it maintained the storyline without breaking off and being stupid,
Mhm.
and then just saying, "Oh, well, it's based off anime. I can just do this." Like, no, like you have to make it make sense,
Yeah.
and that's what I think a lot of like upper Hollywood doesn't do is they think, "Oh, this is based off anime. Anime is ridiculous and breaks all these rules, like with the whatever." So it just justifies itself. It doesn't do that at all. That's why I kind of hate the Hollywood scene right now, especially with other Hollywood.
I forget Hollywood
stuff.
fucking exists because COVID shut down the world.
Yeah,
Dude,
This
I just
COVID shit
gotta,
sucks, but
Although AMC Theaters is opening back up for 15-cent movie tickets on August 20th.
I just gotta say, the guy playing Spike Spiegel, he's fucking hot.
Whoa.
Let's see, look at this guy. I approve. This guy's fucking hot.
I think it's a pretty good idea. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about?
oh shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Easy if you got. Yeah, kind
look at that shit. He's fucking.
of good looking. Yeah.
You see that first picture? Oh.
All right, new question.
Oh.
Let's create a fucking. You probably don't know. You probably won't do it well because you don't know fucking actors. Let's create a live-action anime movie based on a show or series, and we'll try to cast some of the main characters.
Oh god.
It can be as realistic.
What show is this?
Promise Neverland with the Harry Potter kids. That's it.
They're all like 30.
Wait. If that's actually genius. I'm not even joking.
That is.
I never thought of it that way. That's pretty fucking awesome.
They're like 30 now, so.
That one.
Oh
was
my
off the top,
God.
guys.
If we can get like fucking Umbridge, the chick, like the woman who plays Umbridge to play Isabella.
Oh,
Dude, that
Dude,
shit would work.
I want to talk about Promise Neverland because I watched it recently.
All right, go.
That show fucking slaps so hard. I
It's
thought it was
pretty
great. You're like frowning. I haven't read the manga.
Okay. Season 1, 10 out of 10 for me. Absolute easiest 10 I've ever handed a show in my life.
Yeah.
Manga up to about chapter 1, right before the final arc started. It was still a very high 9. Final arc started. Wow. I've never seen a series shit itself harder in my life. It's just like shit. We need to end the series. Let's do it in the stupidest fucking way possible.
I thought that season 1, which is the only one I've seen, is
Season 1 is really good. It's probably the peak.
I'm with you. It's like a masterpiece.
It made a huge splash. I think everyone freaked the fuck out when they saw
That's
that
probably
first
shows
episode.
that Japan advertises at the ass. Like you still see banners and shit today.
Season 2 is coming, and that's going to be really good, especially if
When's
it
that coming?
goes next year.
Oh,
If it goes to I think it's just going to go to Goldie. If that, I don't even think it's going to go to Goldie. I'm trying to say it. I know. I'm saying it very lightly.
It could.
Space Adventures.
Yeah, if it's is it 1 core or 2 core?
I don't know. I'm just making fun of that Pro CD video now that it's like right after Space Vacation or whatever.
Oh. Galaxy Vacation.
Galaxy Vacation. I think if it's 1 core, it's gonna be really good. If it's 2 core, it's gonna be really good. But fuck me, the final arc sucked dick.
What are some mangas you guys have read that the final arc just fucking blows? Besides,
That's like the only one I can think off the top of my head that's so fucking abysmally awful.
7 Deadly Sins.
7 Deadly Sins
You
is
read the
final
manga?
arc.
Yeah.
I haven't even read it, but I know it's
Oh my
not
god,
great.
I've been reading the manga for like maybe 200 chapters or something, and I've never seen someone so desperate to drag shit out in my life. This guy's like, this is my income. He was basically saying that with every chapter release. He's like, guys, I make this. Without this, I'm broke. Okay, please.
Don't worry.
That's basically.
There's a sequel manga coming out now that it's done.
We haven't really talked about it. It's this manga called Rent a Girlfriend, right? So it's this really quirky idea. No. Yeah, he also drags shit the fuck out.
Yeah.
Any other mangas that are bad?
You know what pisses me off is that it works, because I read it. Because we're the suckers.
So,
shut up.
Bokurano, while it wasn't bad, Bokurano's Bokurano's a decently paced manga, and then the last 10 chapters, he's like, fuck it. And then the spacing just speeds up like crazy, and the final chapter feels so abrupt, you're like, what?
Yeah, it's one of those that leaves you in a mind fuck.
Where's chapter 65?
I read Tomo-chan as a girl, and I don't think that either.
Nice.
I didn't get it.
It's this manga. It's a really weird. I think it's a cool concept. It releases 1 page every 3 days for 4 years, and each page is its own chapter, and each page has 3 panels.
Oh, it's a 4 coma.
Yeah,
it's one of those. Yeah,
shit like that. I'm not sure if that's exactly.
I think it's those are the equivalent of how they have comics in the newspaper.
Comics. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one little 4-panel strip thing every week.
Garfield's such a funny cat. Why is he so big? Why is he so?
Lasagna.
this huge build up. Like you had your side character arcs and they were great. Then you had your main character arc and it was awesome. And then it gets to like the finale. It's a rom-com, of course. And like they're about to just like be together, and then they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, they're together.
Dope.
It's like kind of how
Toradora
is the final episode for me.
I didn't realize it ended.
Really?
I love Toradora, but I feel like the final episode was really rushed.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I actually almost think they could have dragged out a second season out of Toradora.
No, I wouldn't have liked that.
I would have.
I think it's fine. I think, yeah, I don't have a problem with the ending really.
I think it was. It's weird because like the entire last episode, like the first half of the last episode is like dope, and then like that last half, you're like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the last second, you're like, oh.
Yeah, and the last second.
You're like, okay.
Yeah, sure.
You're like, all right,
yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. That's really. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. But I was thinking of that reminded me of not Toradora, but the Four Komas, the manga. There's like a trend now of manga that are like the 100 days manga where they release like one panel per day, and it's like this. It's like meant to tell like this little story. I think it started with there's one called "This Croc Will Die in 100 Days," and it's this little crocodile, and they tell you that he's gonna die in 100 days, and at the bottom of every single page is like, he will die in 99 days, 98 days, 97 days. And you're counting down. And this guy's just living his fucking normal ass crocodile life. He's like going to Starbucks and he's like trying to get a date. He's trying to get a girlfriend. He's trying to like, you know, work his job. And nothing weird's happening at all. And you're like, how does he die?
How does he die?
How does he die? I'm not going to spoil it, but he dies.
Oh, come on, dude.
I don't want to read it now. It probably wouldn't take me very long.
It'll take you like half an hour, man. It's 100 chapters, and each of them are like they're all like one page. Some of them I think are like 2 pages, but really it's just most of them are just normal. Like he's not really doing anything.
So much time was I have to Google it specific, but I know it took like I started reading it when it ended. And I know that because I went to SmashCon.
Ooh.
And there was this dude who has been following it since like day one. And he read it for years. He was so invested in this. He's like, I checked every week. Like I read it every week for like a year, like for so many years. I was in this from the beginning and it was so good. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, I just finished it. He's like, so you know? And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, dude. I feel like I just wasted like fucking most of my my teenage years.
Oh man!
I know you guys meme about me bringing up One Piece, but I know a few people that have been reading it since like fucking Alabasta, which is like chapter 100.
Yeah, but we meme about One Piece, but it's good, man. It's not gonna disappoint like that.
Could you imagine reading One Piece from like the first few chapters and then like it ends? And could you imagine like the ending sucks? Like I'd be upset, but could you imagine people who've been reading it since day one being like, the hell?
I've joked about that so much. They get to the end, the One Piece is like a piece of paper. This is One Piece.
And the editor's note is Oda saying, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I love that joke. The editor, we have this joke where the editor's gonna DM Tyler and just be like, all right, it's between me and you, man. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Every week I email some random guy and I ask him what I should do with the latest chapter, and I just do that. It's like, so please fucking help me.
Can you imagine?
What?
Has it ever been done? Has anyone ever passed around like a story and like each chapter is a different artist or a writer?
Oh,
yeah. I've seen that on like, Twitter, but not like anything official.
That'd be kind of
like that would be so cool if they did it with like mangakas.
Imagine you get 100 mangaka. It's like, okay, your story is 100 chapters. It has to start here and it has to end here. Make it happen.
Yeah, that'd be dope as shit.
Except, all right, let's do it.
Except you'd go from like Kishimoto to like who are like all these legitimate like manga artists, and then you pass it to one, and he makes like this dumbass scribble shit for one chapter exactly.
Can you imagine like a Rocky to one?
I think the rule would have to be like you have to follow the previous. Like you can't just like be like none of that happened. Lol, JK. Like you have to kind of like if that person in the last chapter ended here, you have to start there.
Sorry.
You see how that would get like silly though?
I think it personally has been done in this new manga I just heard about called this crocodile dying 100 days.
Dude, I love it.
It's like they start it, they like grab all the 100 manga and they're like, okay, so guys, he's an ordinary crocodile. And then here's where it ends. He dies.
He dies. He's gotta die.
The name of the manga is This Crocodile Dies in 100 Days. Go ahead and do it. And every 99 of them are like in agreement, like, let's just let him live. And the last dude is like, well, I have to make him die. They're like, oh, okay, dude, good luck.
And then he shoots himself.
He just gets hit by a fucking semi-truck.
Oh my god! Wait, I'm looking. I'm gonna show you right now.
I want to see how he dies.
This is the first. This is the first chapter. Oh, can you see this? This is him. This is the art style.
Am I gonna get sad reading this?
This crocodile died in 99 days.
Am I gonna get sad reading that?
That's what it is. He's just watching TV. The first. I've read it all. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't recommend it enough, especially because it takes like 30 minutes. Fucking read it. You have no excuse.
All right, now I'm gonna contact 100 mangaka and be like, all right, this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
You're gonna say, what's that? Nande.
They're gonna send me a video clip. They're like, Nande. I'm like, what? I don't know what that means.
Nande desu ka? And you're like, manga? They're like, hi. And then you're like, 100. They're like, Mabu Psycho. They're like, no. Not.
I feel like this is wrong. But you're in Japan. So.
And that's how they hire one to make his ugly scribbles.
It's the stupidest shit. I love it. It's so funny.
It's amazing. It's wholesome. I love Japanese people.
English lessons from JoJo.
Your English lessons.
Go ahead, Mr. Joester.
Go
ahead, Mr. Joester.
Goodbye, JoJo.
Goodbye,
Goodbye. Oh man,
you're killing me.
I love Go Ahead, Mr. Joester.
You want to try that joke you tried like 30 minutes ago where we did this and you couldn't get it out?
Yeah, sure. Let's all put our fingers up.
I don't really get what this is still.
Let the voice. Is it joy or voice?
God fucking damn it!
What is this?
Let the joy of love bring you higher.
Oh, I get it now. No, you go like this. You have to like look up because like they're pointing up. And then they do this. And then the people who died in the show are in heaven looking down. They're going like this.
Oh, gosh. So for you guys, you both should be looking down because you're both above me.
Yeah, so we're dead. It's pretty cool.
Looking down because you didn't hike me up. Looking left because you didn't.
I think it's everything we wanted to talk about this episode.
Yeah, that was a...
Yeah,
I just baby raged about right.
Alan, did you ever actually get to talk about what you were watching?
Yeah, I talked about Beastars, man. I talked about furries.
So okay.
It was awesome.
Well, thanks so much for watching this episode of Untitled Anime Podcast. Big thanks to Sam, for joining.
Thank you, Sam.
Actually,
live from Japan. We appreciate. Yeah, it's fucking late. It's 1 in the morning. We appreciate having you as our first guest. Hope everyone enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh my! I'm cutting that part out.
No, you're not. You won't edit the podcast. You'll forget.
It hurts my ears.
And
you need to edit it.
I'm a master editor.
I thought you edited this.
No, but really, you should like the video if you liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives us motivation. Numbers are our soul.
Yeah, numbers are everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. All right. Y'all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you same time next week.
Peace.